วัสดีค่ะผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านนะคะสำหรับงาน Startup Innovation Thailand Expo 2022 เราจะ
ค่ะ so in this session we're going to continue on other innovation by experts and from various fields and to share our ideas to us. Next session we're going to cover about community and social development under the National Development Plan. And today we have Dr. Nrาร, Deputy Secretary General, Office of the National Economic and Social Development Council. Allow me to take off my mask. Good afternoon, everyone. So today, after we have listened to Bangkok Governor Dr. Chacha Sittipan, he gave us the overview picture of Bangkok. Now we are going to show you a big picture of Thailand and the direction in the next 5 years under the framework of Economic and Social Development National Plan. So usually we will take a big picture, but now we're going to take a look at community level. Let me show you this dimension. When we're talking about economic and social development, this is the Thailand's transformation, because in the last few years, we all know that we got affected of COVID-19. And in next 5 years, it's going to be drastic change. How to add value for sustainable development and how to drive the country in the next 5 years with technology and innovation. And Thailand has to catch up with the global dynamic. Because it's changed rapidly, including Thai people that we should be developed up to our maximum potential. Because when we're talking about development direction, human development is also a key, and we have to concern about environmental sustainability. We have to more concern on sustainability, and that's the key objectives of a national development plan. So there are 13 objectives to change for Thailand transformation. We have 4 aspects of development. First of all is the production and service section. Opportunity, and number 2 is opportunity and equality for economic and social development. And the third aspect is the sustainability of natural resources and environment. And the fourth aspect is how the factors driven Thailand for transformation. We've been talking about process agriculture, highly added value, tourism, to drive Thailand in the first stage. In the past we drove the country with agriculture, and then we started to change to be manufacturing, and now we also focus on tourism. As you see that we have the crisis of COVID-19, the impact to tourism is very high, very deep. Another dimension that we shift to industrial development. In the past, we focus on the heavy manufacturing. Now we're gonna shift to EV, electric vehicle manufacturing, and also medical technology. healthcare. That's also important. And Thailand is not a standalone country. We have to link with other countries, so we need to rely on other countries in terms of development, not only in ASEAN region, but also in Europe and other regions. So we're gonna be the gateway for development and also smart electronic industry. These are national objectives. As for the society, we focus on SME. That if we take a look on the economic growth in terms of regional of the 3 million SMEs, not only in Bangkok but also in other provinces, and to develop urban development and smart areas, we have to improve poverty and eradicate poverty from past generations. How we solve the poverty problems, issues, and also environmental BCG, bio
สภาพภูมิอากาศเรื่องของ climate change นะครับอันนี้ก็
bioeconomy. So this is the big picture. Let me tell you in terms of community, in terms of driving social and economic development plan, how is it going? So this is the second pillar.
ครับอันนี้คือมูลหมายที่1นะครับมูลหมาย
This is our first pillar. As I mentioned, agriculture and agricultural products to add up agricultural products GDP growth at averagely 4.5% per year, and also to develop infrastructure and management system in agriculture, and to maximize potential and the roles of agricultural entrepreneur. So we're talking about roles. First is the agricultural institution to enhance efficiency and cost effective and value added in agriculture, and also to encourage community to access to food security. We have been talking about this, the food resources. Plant for consumption and plant for energy. So community should be able to access to these resources. And we should encourage to have a prototype area, and move to other types of areas, and also to encourage private sectors and community sector to be a partner in economic and social development to uplift or to elevate efficiency or productivity to be relevant to communal potentials and the market's demand. So this is what we need to focus on the community level. It seems the slide got technical issue. Can I have the second pillar? Okay. So I mentioned agriculture, and now we take a look in tourism. For tourism in the future, we're gonna uplift tourism to be high quality tourism. And our goal is to increase daily expenditure of tourists up to 10% per year. In the past,
ท่านคงทราบนะครับว่าก่อนโควิดเนี่ยนักท่องเที่ยวต่าง
So before COVID, tourists enter Thailand 39 million per year. So almost half of the Thai population. So in the future, what are we going to do? Reliance on tourists is one of the problems of the country. We may need to rely on the domestic tourists that is to travel within the country and to have the sustainable domestic tourism. So if we ask what is the role of the private sectors to drive the tourism industry, we may need creative economies that take into account the culture and solutions that will add value to the traveling experiences. And we also need to develop tourist attractions. And who take care of these tourist attractions? Of course, the people in the local communities. The locals, they will play an important role in developing the tourist attractions and also to increase the number of tourists visiting the sites. Another aspect is to increase the number of tourists. And here I'm not talking about like what I mentioned earlier, that is the domestic tourist. But for the local tourism site, of course, the locals will need to play an important part.
เดี๋ยวสไลด์หมุดหมายที่3นะครับ
And next is number 9. Here we take into account the poverty, and it is clear what the community goals are, that is to increase opportunities for the local communities. And the inequality is also one of the issues that we are trying to solve. There are several dimensions in terms of inequalities, from income, from ownership of the assets and the accessibility to the public services. So we have to develop mechanisms to address local poverty problems, and we also need tools to conduct a survey of the current poverty situation in the community. Of course, we need a lot of data, and we would like to ensure equal opportunities for all children from the poverty background. We would like to offer better opportunities to these kids, those from poor families, how they're going to access education, and how we're going to raise the level of social protection for people at all levels. Of course, not only children that we would like to help, but people of all ages, and the integral data system will play an important role in achieving all these roles.
อันนี้ก็คือหมุดหมายที่8เรื่อง
Number 8 is the smart city. When we talk about development, of course, we would like to ensure that the growth and development expands to other areas and not only concentrated in the big city. We would like to strengthen the local economies. These are important aspects. How we going to increase accessibility to financial assistance, accessibility to public assistance and services. And of course, local communities can play a part in strengthening all these aspects so that the business owners, the local business owners, can have better opportunities and for investment. And also, we would like to strengthen and promote the market mechanism. Because if you cannot sell your products, what's the point of producing your products, right? We need to ensure the balance between production and consumption. The balance between consumption and selling activities, or maybe export. But it doesn't have to export to another country. You can export to another area with the reliance on the local mechanism, the market mechanism. So this is one of the targets that we would like to aim for. Another area that I would like to address here is just like what I mentioned earlier for number 10. How we going to address an issue about circular economy from the BCG model. So here we are talking about C. But the circular economy actually addresses all areas of BCG model, the bioeconomy, circular economy, and green economy. We have to look at the big picture, the GDP level, the GDP growth. And for the local communities, can they do? So I would like to share that at the local level, increasing the incomes of the people in the locals from zero, we can utilize byproducts from production processes and turn them into more valuable products. How are we going to develop the byproducts? We need creativity, of course, because the leftover materials or byproducts, we can change them. And we can ask the people in the communities to come together, work together, and then add value to the byproduct materials. Maybe they can turn them into souvenirs and small gifts. And that's another way of promoting the local tourism industry and to help bring in more income to the local people. So local tourism attractions based on the diversity of local cultures. So if you look at the
ก็คือการ
When we're talking about the seaside or marine tourism, and that's off the southern part of Thailand, but in the north part of Thailand, we focus on cultural tourism. So we need to take a look on the differences in different regions. And also we should enhance the community to learn sufficiency economy. Set up a prototype of prototype community. There was only one case that we mentioned that we make use of the waste or byproduct of waste management. Also to enhance the local wisdom community and to follow the circular economy and also to develop mechanism to increase the green area for economy. So this is what I covered, is to focus on community level. Because in the past, when we're talking about national plan, we talk about national level, but now we should also take a look at community level. And also to reduce the natural disasters and to equip local people to be smart climate personnel.
มีด้วยนะครับสร้างโอกาสนะครับรวมถึงการใช้เทคโนโลยี
And how to enhance, to promote using technology at community level and their local wisdom. And when to use innovation to cope with natural disaster and smart climate change, and to raise awareness and consciousness for people. And we have to start at community level, and also nature conservation to reduce of natural disaster. So these are dimensions that we should take a look at community level to drive national development plan. I have another slide. Can I have the last slide, please?
ก็สไลด์สุดท้ายอย่างนี้นะครับโอเคถ้ายังไม่ขึ้นตรงนี้ขอเป็นสไลด์สุดท้ายหน่อยฮะสไลด์ก่อนสุดท้ายตรงนี้นะฮะไม่ใช่โอเคครับอันนี้มองว่าเมื่อกี้มองมิติของ
This is our aim.
เศรษฐกิจมูลค่าสูง
So the high value economies, it has to be based on local community growth, and NIA will play an important role in terms of driving the innovation growth and sustainable growth. We have to create a balance between the production and consumption using natural resources and also effective allocation of resources. We also need to create the society of opportunities for people of all levels. We would like to offer opportunities to everyone who would like to better their lives and also to eradicate any poverty problems. We also would like to increase capabilities of people. And for people in Thailand, at the micro level, are we ready? How ready we are in terms of the changes in technologies? So local communities play a very important role in growing the people. And just like what I mentioned earlier, we have to be ready for any changes in the world. Not only high-end people or highly educated people that have to be aware of all the changes, but the local farmers will also need to be aware of the changes. And also the laborers, they have to understand the current situation about digital technologies. They have to know all this. And from micro level and macro level so that we can together help drive the national economic and social development plan. So today we focus on the community aspects. We don't have much time today, but I'm happy that I got to share the overview of the plan, focusing on the important roles of local communities from agricultural sector, tourism sector, and of course, environment sector. And today is a great opportunity to exchange ideas and knowledge with all the participants today. Thank you very much